Hello, hello, I'm Kads and welcome back to another video for today on this very, very cold day here in Seattle. It is a whopping 17 degrees Fahrenheit outside and we just had our first bout of snow for the year, which is quite rare in this region, to be honest. But yes, apologies to those non-US people using the potentially better system of Celsius, but we use Fahrenheit around these parts. So you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you already know what we're here to do. We are here to pull some shards in pursuit of the Zinogre Blademaster Fusion with the Summon Rush. But before we get to that, I will update you guys on my experiment, and I will say failed experiment here with the Summon Pool system. I was testing to see if I did not collect the extra 20 fragments from the Spider Tournament, if it would go to my inbox. That does not work, unfortunately. So it actually did, I guess you can't have them stored in your inbox. So it automatically came into here, meaning it's going to force me to summon this regardless. So we might as well get that out of the way and start the video off with a bang with our first legendary from a summon pool. No, it's an epic. And it is Lich, a duplicate. So never mind on that one. Let's jump back into the Summon Rush here. Take a look at the rewards. So I already mentioned this in my fusion plan that went live earlier today, that this is a very generous, in my opinion, Summon Rush, where we have the first node at 2250. Normally that's 2150, but 100 mystery shards difference is kind of negligible. But the top milestone is only at 3150, which is basically 3000 and some mystery shards. So very generous, only 6 sacreds, fairly cheap. We've had much, much more expensive ones in the past. And then of course you have Kraken Row down here with the legendary tomes and whatnot. So we are going to be pulling our 6 sacreds to see if we can get something juicy out of them, but mainly focusing on getting the champion fragments here, the 15. And as we talked about also in the fusion plan, I only need one, or you only need one of the summoning events in order to complete the fusion, provided you do everything else. And so I'm electing to max out the Summon Rush here and skip the champion chase, because there is, beautiful segue, a progressive chance event going on right now. So in this particular pool, we do have an assortment of some decent champions. We have Valkyrie, one of my most wanted champions in the game. In fact, my most wanted legendary in the game. We have Shemnath, good nuker, Ray, good nuker, and Rule, the Huntmaster, previous fragment summon champion, but also a decent nuker. And then we have the 2 exclusive Monster Hunter collaboration champions in Ruinous Archer Nergigante, I don't know how you say that, but the Archer here, who's a absolute beast for Hydra, as well as Elatrion Blademaster, who looks like he's going to be really good against Bommel, and specifically Amius for sure when the restrictions allow for it. But as you already may have seen, Valkyrie was my choice. Even though the exclusive champions are pretty decent in their own rights, I'd rather much have Valkyrie because I think she'd have the most impact directly on my account at the moment. When it comes to the epic, we have Aishma, who I honestly don't know what she actually does, but she is part of the Lady Mikage fusion, so she's definitely going to be my choice. But I do think that this is a great chance to get Ferric in the Fat if you do not already have him for anything ally attack related, Fire Knight for example, and then Kaden is a decent reviver if you need him for the Dark Elves faction crypt. So those 2 champions are the ones that I'm going to be selecting for my progressive chance event. But while we're here, let's go over the entirety of my shard count here. On the Ancients, we have 472. 282 on the Voids, 27 on the Primals, and then 66 on the Sacred, which we will be diving into today. When it comes to Mercy, we can take a look at my Mercy tracker here, focusing on this row here. You can see that we are in fact in Sacred Mercy, 3 shards deep, and we're going to be pulling 6 deeper into it. So there is a decent chance that we could walk away with a legendary. Granted, even with the progressive chance events to the 15x, there's only an 8-ish% chance that it could be Valkyrie. So majority of cases, it's not going to be Valkyrie. It could be any other champion in the pool, including the exclusive ones, for the record. But we're not banking on that, but it could happen. And the absolute worst case here is that we pull 6 sacreds, we get 6 epics, and then we're just deeper into Mercy, which is a great setup for the next Sacred Pogo event. So it could be a win-win either way. We can basically skip the wish list this go around because we want to focus all of our energy right here on the Valkyrie, which is my #1 most wanted anyways, and Aishma, who is a Lady Mikage fusion epic, who I also need. So without further ado, let's get into the pulls. We've got the space, we've got some cash, and hopefully we can channel our luck right around here, just right there. So shard #1, Sacred #1, here we go, kicking us off with an epic who is not Aishma. It is Theresk, who is terrible. One of the champions in the game that does have decreased resistance, but just not the right kit around it to really make it useful. And in fairness, that's not the most useful debuff in the game. Epic #2, Ambassador Lethalin. We have 2 misses on the epic here. 25x, which should mean that's a high chance for us to get her, but we'll see. We could also get some bad RNG. I think he has the taunt that can be placed on an ally, which can be pretty useful for the Shogun's Grove. So honorable mention for him. Sacred number 3 is a legendary. Okay, Corvus the Corruptor. That's not Valkyrie, unfortunately. But he is a pretty solid champion. He's a poisoner with poison sensitivity. He has decreased attack on the A1, and he's also a buff extender or debuff extender. I forget which. Oh, it's actually both. The first hit extends debuffs, and the second hit extends ally buffs. So a pretty solid champion. He is new on my account, but I will not hide my disappointment that it is not the Valkyrie that we so desperately wanted to get from here. But nonetheless, hey, new legendary on the account. We will take it. Mercy is reset, though. Sacred number 4. We should be back into the land of epics, and we have Grunge Killjoy. You are not Killjoy. You are not Ashma. Not much to say about him. He is a really surprising cleanser if you don't pay attention to him in like enemy waves and stuff, Doom Tower waves. So he can definitely catch you off guard. Quargon the Crowned. He's a weird one. He has one of these like conditional buff selections just based off ally stats. So he's not reliable for either situation unless you plan your situation around that. So it's a maybe Faction Wars-ish champion, but honestly, I've never really seen him used that much. And the last sacred here, come on, 25x on the epic. We do need to make some progress, and we do not. This is Giscard the Sigiled. I will say it properly this time, Sigiled. Decent champion, AoE provoke, and he also has increased defense, increased attack. So he can be useful for Faction Wars, but that's kind of it. So unfortunate. Let's double check the math here in the Summon Rush. We should be able to get basically everything just under the fragments there. So I'll do the rest in mystery shards. There is a champion training tournament going on right now, so I don't really have to worry about maxing this out right this second. I'm definitely going to get that over the course of the next 3 days. But darn, that's another miss on Lady Mikage Fusion Epics, man. We just cannot get a single one. I've literally made 0 progress since she was added to the game, and today is no different, unfortunately. But hey, like I said, we do walk away with a new and unique legendary on my account, so maybe he might come in handy in the Cursed City on this rotation or previous ones. Who knows? We'll see what that comes to in the future. That is going to do it for this shard pool session. We're going to keep this video short and sweet, and let me know in the comment section down below if your plan is to participate in the Summon Rush or the Chase, or both, and let me know what you pulled, if you pulled anything during this Summon Rush. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below for more content just like this one in the future. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.